Hello, everyone. I'm Dee Lisa. I'm the dream doula for women.
And I am Christina Spataro. I'm a psychotherapist and relationship coach for everybody that would like psychotherapy or relationship coaching.
I say women, although I would take someone who identifies as a woman. Uh,
Mhm,
Up until now, I've coached a few men, but
mhm,
mostly women resonate with working with
mhm.
me. And who knows, whoever your people are will find you, right?
Yep, I do believe that whoever your people are, they will find you.
Yeah, yeah. So I say they're women, but who knows? Maybe they're
There you go.
Maybe they're not women. Bring it, bring it, bring it on, universe. Today we're kind of drifting and dreaming before we hit record and
Mhm,
talking about vacations. And
mhm.
it is the end of the vacation season for a lot of people in the
Yes.
Northern Hemisphere. And so, how do you catch up after vacation? How do you catch up
Mhm,
with your world if you're a person who has your own business? There's probably
mhm,
a lot of details to catch up with. Even if you have a job that you go to, there's probably
mhm,
a bunch of emails in your queue that you have
mhm.
and projects that didn't get finished when you were gone. So, what are your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts are exactly what I'm doing for myself since I came back from my own little vacay, trying to figure out how to juggle everything
Mhm.
and being like, you know what? I'm going to do what is most urgent. I have my list. What I tell my clients, I actually practice what I preach. I have
Okay.
my list of things I have to do. I schedule what needs to be scheduled. And whatever doesn't fit now, can it wait? What can I defer?
Right.
Also, this is the big one. What can I outsource? That is huge. And you might think, but I'm not a CEO. I don't have a personal assistant. Neither do I. I don't have a personal assistant either. But for instance, I have a lot of clients to see and catch up with because the people were off. I was off. So for instance, I might outsource, you know what? I don't have time to go to the store to like restock my fridge. Instacart, I boom, boom, boom. So, and I swear I'm not getting any money from Instacart. Although if Instacart wants to, I'm totally fine with that. It is a wonderful service. You're helping somebody who's trying to make some money, and you yourself are doing your shopping then.
Yes. And so, what's the most urgent thing to do? And is it important? Do you do the urgent, important,
Yes,
not
yes,
important, not urgent
exactly.
matrix?
Yes.
So a lot of people are like, oh, I have to do this next. And is it really
Hmm.
the next thing to do? Or is this
May
something
not be the
that you're
next thing.
distracting yourself with?
Exactly. Exactly. So you really do put it in an order of importance. So the things that are the most important, most time sensitive, they get the slots and you work within their slot. Now, and you can't let it bleed into another slot. So you have to make sure each thing gets accounted for. Now, I just did this with a client. I called it, you know how you have these things get togethers and you have like an overflow room
The
sometimes if
overflow
the
room.
main, yes. So you have an overflow room of activity. So in your schedule. So for instance, each thing has a slot, each thing has a thing that has to be accounted for. For those things that couldn't, you don't let something bleed into the next slot because you got to get to each thing. So then you have the overflow room for those things that couldn't be finished within their allotted time.
Okay. And you get to that when you have space.
Exactly.
I've also heard this. Sometimes people put things on their to-do list, they put it in their calendar and then they don't do it.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it times three, you should never do it.
Ah, well, it depends on the
No, there
thing you're
are
not trying
some
to do.
things. Yeah, there are some things that wouldn't work for. But if it's just like it's on your to-do list and you
Hmm.
just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, after the third time, you got to ask yourself, is that overflow room full of
Hmm.
stuff that I'm never going to do? And maybe I should take this thing completely off my plate.
Right. And that's what you really have to analyze too. Like if you find you keep putting something off and you're not doing it, you need to really look at why are you putting it off?
Right.
What is it about this thing that is bothering you, upsetting you, depressing you, whatever that you are
Mm.
having a hard time getting to it? And is it something you need to do?
Right. And like you said earlier, maybe it's something you do need to have accomplished, but not by you. You can delegate it out.
Exactly. Absolutely.
I also heard this recently, and it's such a great trick. I've actually used it in the past, and so have my friends who are self-employed.
Mhm.
Is that if you want to get a lot of work done in a short amount of time, plan a vacation. Because suddenly you're like, oh,
Ah.
wait, on Friday, I'm gonna fly somewhere and I better do this, and that to get
Hmm.
ready. And so
Yes.
suddenly you like get all these loose ends taken care of and you send out all those emails and you do all those whatever
Hmm.
you needed to do to get ready to go on vacation to feel really clean about that. And
Hmm.
I had a coach many years ago who said to me, pretend like you're going on a vacation and work like that every Friday or work like that every Wednesday. Like choose a day to go, I'm focused, I'm going on vacation, like trick yourself into getting into that kind of energy mode
Getting into the vacation mode.
and then just see what kind of things you can get done. It's really, I mean, so you can't always trick yourself into thinking you're taking a
Yeah.
vacation when you're not. But I bet you have noticed in your life that when you're getting ready for a trip, you wrap up a lot of details,
Mhm.
then you go.
Absolutely. And then also, it doesn't even have to be a full vacation. How about treat yourself to a nice treat, like you want to go to a movie
Mm.
or with a friend? So now you need to make sure that you've cleared your calendar of the work stuff so that you can do the fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And treating yourself to something is a beautiful way to remember that you are the creator of your own happiness.
Yes,
Other
exactly.
people don't have to call and invite you out. You can go out.
Mhm.
You
You
like movies?
absolutely,
You can go see one. You like
absolutely.
restaurants? You can go to one. A lot
Yes.
of people are like, oh, I wish I had a friend who would call and invite me out. Well, go invite that friend out.
Yes. Invite your friend out or
Yeah.
go out there and don't be afraid to just embrace it the day yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember I'd had one time I'd been working so hard I actually hadn't taken any breaks at all. So I decided to give myself we using the mental health day where I was just gonna just do stuff and it was great. I just picked a day into the city. I went into the city. I walked in Bryant Park. And there's a beautiful old library there that is just an architectural masterpiece. It's so pretty. And I just went in there and I looked at that. I did some reading. I went and I listened to a concert. It's just so I there was just a lovely mental health day where I didn't have defined plans, but I just did things I enjoyed that day. Didn't have a set schedule, but I just did stuff that I knew I would enjoy and that would be enjoy relaxing to me.
That's beautiful. And I'm sure you're aware of the book, The Artist's Way.
Mm, yes.
One of the things that is suggested in that beautiful 30-year-old book is to take yourself on an artist date every week. And so it's
Mm,
kind of like that, like a date with yourself. But her suggestion was everyone is so creative and and so go do something creative and go buy yourself some little treat that you'll be creative with. Maybe it's stickers or a new pen. And like
mhm,
she's not like, go
mhm,
out and buy yourself a new condominium. It's not that. It's like
mhm,
go out and buy yourself one new little thing, maybe a journal, maybe a pen, maybe some stickers, maybe a particular color
mhm.
of paint, and then go play with it later. But an artist, I've gone on artist dates with friends where we just went and looked at art galleries or art
Mhm,
museums
mhm.
or shops that were cool. And we didn't
Yep,
necessarily buy anything. We just went and looked at beautiful things.
I like it.
Like your date out by yourself, to look at this and that and take in a concert.
Hmm.
It's very satisfying to go away from your regular day to day what's
Yes.
happening and
Yes.
remember there's a world out there. There are trees. In my neighborhood,
Hmm.
I can go for a walk and I can see all these little cul-de-sac streets where people
Aw.
have like
Yeah.
kids and bikes and RVs ready to go on a trip. And then at the end of the block are cows. And there's this field with cows in them right now. There's a couple of baby cows that are halfway grown, and
Aw.
I'm like, there's the cow. It's so fun to just go out, and so I can see the cows. And next in the
Aw.
next field over, there's two horses, and then if I walk through someone's property, I can see some sheep. And I was like, I got everything. I got trees, I got the wind,
Yeah.
I got the cows, I got the horses. Somewhere there's sheep. Uh,
Very cool.
it's and I used to live in Seattle and I would do the same thing there. You know, I didn't see cows down the road in Seattle, but I saw cool shops and
Hmm.
interesting
Hmm.
people. And if you keep doing the same walk at the same time, you're like,
Hmm.
side of the
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing. Yeah. So even in the city, you can go find something so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's a tree. Maybe
The
it's a bird.
tree. Or give yourself a date with the sunrise or the sunset.
That's
I
a
mean,
beautiful idea.
yeah. I mean, how many times have we actually just, the sun rises and sets every day, but those times where we suddenly catch it or we happen to be outside, we're just like, oh, that's really pretty. So give yourself a date with the sunrise, the sunset to remind yourself that you are part of this big, beautiful world and
Mm,
just how majestic that can be.
I love that. I love that. So we started out talking about how to catch up after vacation, and now we're down into wait, you can have a vacation every minute, every day, anytime. Just walk outside and look at something beautiful and
Yes.
settle
Yes.
yourself. Because that is, um, that's why we're here on the planet, I believe, is to remember that life is beautiful and to
Yes.
remember that we get to shift our internal thought processes.
Mhm.
And by doing so, we can create our own happiness. We can create things that just came to us. We can invent things. We can create,
Yes.
we can write things. We can, make the movie, make the song,
Hmm.
make the book, all those things. And just to realize you can emanate that creativity outside of you
Yes.
by just looking at cool things. To be like a kid, there's a little kid that lives really close to me upstairs, actually, and she's 2. She's so
Mhm.
adorable. Whenever I see
Aw.
her, I just go, oh, yeah, little kids. Like that little bug on the sidewalk is so fascinating to her.
Aw.
And we just walk right past it. But there's fascinating things on every level for adults to look at, for little tiny kids to look at, and to remember
Hmm.
that life is just this magical adventure.
Hmm.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about.
And so to bring it back, yes, maybe you've taken a vacation and now you're back, and suddenly your vacation mode doesn't seem like the mode you're in now because that was the beautiful, let's look at a bug on the sidewalk kind of
Hmm.
zone that you were in, and now you're back.
Yep.
So for some people, they might need to speed up a little in their mind. They might need to get back into their disciplined times of working and sleeping and resting. And I used to think whenever I took vacations from my busy real estate job that
Hmm.
wouldn't it be great to take a nap every day? Because I would think, why was vacation so good? And why is my day-to-day life not so good? It's like vacation, good food, went to look at something cool,
Hmm.
nap, started over again. I was like, oh, maybe just add a nap to my day and that would be good.
I think that's a great idea. One of the benefits of the whole virtual thing
Yeah.
was, remember how you'd maybe get up like crazy hours for commute, have to go through all this. And one of the wonderful things that I actually appreciated about not having to commute was I get an extra hour of sleep.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nice.
Yeah. An extra hour to not be rushing somewhere on a bus or a train or a
Yeah,
no. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah. The first time, I don't have to like, I don't have to rush out to go catch this train. Like,
Agree,
oh,
agree, 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 agree. Yeah, now it's like the opposite is so true. It's like I have an appointment in person. I have to drive
like
there. What?
exactly like,
Now,
oh
when do I have to
no.
leave for that? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it is. So to really to remember that we can feel like we're on vacation when we're working
Hmm.
and get some of that pleasure and we need to take a break, we put that into our calendar. We need to take
Exactly.
a moment. Maybe we have an appointment with ourselves and that is a nap.
Yes. That's a good nap.
Or maybe we have an appointment with ourselves and that's our artist date and we go downtown and
Hmm.
find some new journal or pen to write with.
Exactly.
Who did I talk to the other day? I met someone who said she's been writing morning pages for 20 years.
Wow.
And that's a lot of writing.
That's great. Good for her. I love that discipline.
That's, yeah, the longest I did it was for 11 months. And then I kind of like left, let go of that. But whatever it is that settles your mind, if it's walking outside and watching the sunset or the sunrise or writing
Mhm.
pages or taking a nap, whatever it is, you can bring your vacation home with you
Yes.
and catch up with everything by putting things in an overflow room. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the biggest thing on your plate today? Do you want to share? You're catching
The
up.
biggest thing I'm catching up. Biggest thing I've got to finish off. I got to send out some bills. I've got to finish some therapy notes. And then when, because actually I'm giving myself little enjoyable moments. I'm going to play Thursday night. And
Nice.
then I'm getting together for a friend's fun birthday weekend. So I have to make sure I get a lot of stuff done before I have some more fun.
Yay. Yay. So, life happens in between those pockets of fun.
Exactly.
I love it. Thanks again for our lovely conversation. I look forward to it every week.
Me too. I feel the same way. Thank you so much for being doing this with me. I really enjoy our time together. And to all those who are listening, thank you for being willing to spend this time with us. We appreciate it.
Right on, we do. Bye for now.
Bye.